Hi there folks, this is Matt here with a really quick and incredibly shoddy video review of the Magic Trackpad. Here's the box for the thing, typical Apple-y like box, just as big as it needs to be, with a few sort of touch symbols in the back showing you the gestures you can do. Get rid of that. Here's the thing itself. It's shiny and Apple hardware smelling, which is lovely. Apple logo cut into the back, 2 batteries, button, you know, it's the same profile as an Apple wireless keyboard, which I just happen to have here. I think it's a tiny sliver deeper at the front, but generally it complements it pretty well. It's the same angle, which is important if your hands are used to typing on this thing, as mine are. It has a system pref pane for itself, which I can just kind of show you. All the settings that you'd expect, the little video previews, all that sort of thing. I should say that the trackpad itself is 13 centimeters across by 11 centimeters deep in the active area. It's maybe another 1.5 or 2 centimeters deep to account for the batteries and the raised part at the back, but you get a 13 by 11 centimeter active area, which is huge. So let's look at some of the stuff you can do with it. Right clicking, it's worth mentioning, there are 2 different ways you can do that. You've either got this secondary click option here, which lets you actually tap in the bottom right corner of the thing to trigger a right click, or you get secondary tap, which is just a 2-finger tap anywhere on the device. That's what I tend to use. As you probably read online by now, the trackpad supports physical clicking, but it's not the surface that's a button, it's actually the 2 feet underneath it. Maybe I can show you that actually. If I flip it over, you'll see these 2 little stud feet. Now these actually click. They depress ever so slightly and make a clicking noise. So those are the things you're actually pressing to trigger the click. It works really well, it doesn't require a lot of pressure. I personally prefer tap to click and 2-finger tap to right click. I don't like having to actually physically move the thing to click, but if you want to, then you've got the option, it's there. So yeah, it's pretty nice. The 2 things that have always switched me off from trackpads in the past are the relative difficulty of scrolling long distances and dragging, particularly when selecting text. You know, I'm a developer, I do a lot of text editing. The Magic Trackpad is actually a lot better for both of those things because it's got inertial scrolling, which the trackpad driver also actually brings to a whole bunch of MacBook Pros and MacBook Airs and regular MacBooks from the last couple of years. And it's also got this new option in the pref pane, if I can show you, the 3 fingers. You can choose to make it let you drag with 3 fingers, so you just move the insertion point with 1 finger as with any pointing device, and then you use 3 fingers, and that implicitly holds down the virtual mouse button so that you can select, and it works really well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to load up an incredibly, improbably long web page to show you the scrolling and the dragging stuff. Now, when you want an improbably long web page, there are a few better sites than my own blog, with its exceptionally well written but not desperately well edited after the fact screeds of text. So let's have a look at them. What I'm going to do is raise the trackpad up a bit so that you can sort of see the screen and the trackpad itself, and in a sort of a fit of bitter irony, I'm going to use the box for my poor, now sitting unused mouse, those wonderful Logitech Performance mice. So let me just lift this up. There we go.